Meeting's called to order for the Park and Recreation Board. This is a special meeting. It's Wednesday, March 4th. Let's see, let's do roll call.
Okay, so we have Chairman Van Scoy,
Here.
Vice Chair Schock, that's me. We have George Ortel, present.
I'm here.
Burke Serafin is absent. Lisa Elia
Present.
and Jean Bizio.
Present.
Okay, and Burke Serafin is absent.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so we actually have to amend the agenda. So because we don't have the minutes here for the February 21st. So I have a message here from Patty that asked that we amend the agenda to review those minutes at the next meeting. So I need a motion.
Make a motion, we amend the agenda to consider the approval of the February 21st meeting minutes to a later date.
A second.
All in favor?
All right,
Opposed? No. Passes.
so that'll be
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
All right, so then that actually takes us to number 3. So we're the consideration of the car show planning. Okay, so I wanted to talk real quick because I'd like to handle Rick's can only stay for a few minutes, so I'd like to handle.
No, I'm more than a few minutes. I've got
Oh.
45, 50 minutes. so-
Okay.
Yeah, no,
All right, so in front of you should be the copies of the layout of the car show, okay? I have some questions for Kyle then. Kyle, how much space are you figuring to have in between these cars?
I added, I think it was 18. I can double check that, but I measured, a large truck with the doors open.
Okay, and are we gonna have that pre-marked on the lawn?
Yeah, we'll pre-mark it like we did the
Like-
festival.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so 18 inches.
18.
How generally, how wide is a car door?
I got about, on truck doors, about four additional feet on each side.
So we're only allowing 18 inches in between?
So 18 sounds kind of tight.
Yeah, it sounds kind of tight.
18 feet total per block.
Oh, 18 feet.
Feet.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
thought you were saying 18 inches.
Oh, okay, then we
No.
should be good then. We should
So I'm
be good.
giving like a 10-foot
Okay.
span for the vehicle.
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
then
That's
an additional
perfect.
4 on each.
Yeah, that's
I figured
perfect.
that was comfortable.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you. Okay, so what is the blue mark on
That's the,
Kona? Or
no, the MRAP.
MRAP, this is the sheriff.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of-
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, you gave me a thing. Okay, so the sheriff is here and the fire truck is here. Okay, and the MRAP vehicle is smaller than the fire truck, so yeah, that'll work out good. So when we look at this, I was thinking that, see where the circle is where a lot of the weddings are held?
Mhm.
Okay, so I was thinking we could put a couple of the tables that are people that are, renting booth space on that sidewalk, maybe, or one there, actually, and maybe a couple on the circle. What do you think? And then we definitely see over here where it says Harbor Drive on the map. We'll put some tables over there and then they'll be in the shade as well. So it looks like I might have 7. Okay, I had talked about maybe 6, but it looks like we might have 7 renters. So, and I haven't heard back from emergency management. They approached me at the Big C and they really wanted to be there. So I don't know what's going on with that yet. So that might even be an 8th table, but of course they bring their own stuff. So far we have Rebecca Hollis who is paid first spot.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
We have I got an email from Lynn. Two people, Rebecca Hollis and somebody else. Path to Water sent me an email with the check number, so she has sent hers in. So I'm assuming you're just waiting on that. She gave me the check number for the
Okay.
that she had sent hers in. So
Sure.
so far we have 3 that are definitely golden. Largo Med is going to still do all the goodie bags, and either I will pick them up next week or she'll drop them off. Okay?
Okay.
She's supplying 50, and the reason I asked for
Nice.
50 was so we can give some to our volunteers. Okay? So that's every volunteer, you know, I'd like to start trying to give back a little bit. That makes them want to volunteer.
Julie, refresh me on when we expect to get a response from people that want to put a car in the car shop.
We're already getting responses as far as I know, yeah.
Yeah, but
And
the
then today I
deadline-
had a,
The deadline was the 16th.
what is it called? A wheel guy. He's the wheel guy. It's called the wheel guy or something. He wants to have a table. So now we have a car thing, which is good. So I put it out on Nextdoor. I put it out on, there's a Facebook forum out there now for Bel Air Beach, not that one that's controversial. This one basically is all for advertisements. So I put it out on that one as well. So it's out on the two of them. I've sent it to Wayne Ayers for the Bel Air Bee. It's been given to Griffin Publishing. That is the other, the
Yeah,
Bel Air Beach
Neighborhood
News.
Neighborhood News.
Yeah, so it's been given to
Yeah.
them. The CERT team had talked about coming from Pinellas Suncoast Fire and setting up a table. Their EMS guy is already going to be here, so he's got the antique fire truck, so he's already going to be here. So they might put up a table. So I'll have to work out those last minute details with Kyle just to make sure that the mapping, you know, is accurate, you know, because we can't communicate obviously once we leave here. But
Do you expect to get 30 participants? Or-
I'm thinking we're gonna get 25. I really am, because the guy from
What's the thing called?
from Pinellas Suncoast is part of that car club. So, and then you're putting your car in, right? And the mayor's putting one of his in.
If everything goes right with my sister.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
Okay.
we'll see.
We'll talk later.
Yeah.
Okay.
The reason I asked is most of the activity in the fall festival was cord right around here.
Right, and that's actually what we're gonna do. We're gonna fill up these spots last,
Okay,
at
good.
the lower numbers last.
'Cause
We're
these
gonna bring
people come-
everybody up to the
Up to the
higher
top.
numbers,
Yep.
up to the top.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
that brings me back to my next thing. I'm wondering if you and your wife would be willing to do the check-in
Probably.
right here at the entrance,
Uh-huh.
right here. At the entrance, there's a shaded area right there, so you
Yeah.
could have her in the chair.
Mhm.
We'll have it coned off, so you can only one come in at a time. So if you could do the check-in,
Sure.
okay? And then Lisa, I was hoping that you could help park them, and you as well.
Huh?
Okay, and then,
Yeah.
Jean, if you wouldn't mind being a floater and walk around and make sure that they know where everything is, and if they need any assistance, you basically kind of question things. And everybody is going to take a shift coming in through City Hall, you know, just doing a walkthrough to make sure nothing, you know, is going on. And then you walk in the back door and walk out the front, so we're just doing a loop. And so we have the fire, we have the police here, so we have those two things covered. The trophies were done, sent out?
They're
Sent-
dropped off,
They're dropped off,
and about less than 2 weeks from now.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah,
What the exact date was, but
Okay.
he was definitely done at least a week before.
yeah, yeah. And he's usually pretty good, he does them within a week. Well, you're
That's
using
it,
the same guy?
Awards and more than awards. I've seen him say both.
Is it the one we used last time for the,
Up on Drew?
yes,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, because he had an account for Bel Air Beach, so.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So, that's basically where we're at right now. Kona Ice, where do we have them stationed?
We gotta add them.
Okay, so Kona
Where do
Ice,
you want 'em?
I would say we probably want to try to put Kona Ice down in the center of things too. And that was who else had paid already. Kona paid. It was Kona Ice and Rebecca had already paid. Rebecca has all that artwork, so we want to make sure that there's enough space for her stuff. The travel agency that's coming, she said she's only bringing a small table this time. She's not bringing a big one like she had before.
Okay.
And then she is also with that Republican women's group that's doing a table. So we have to station them side by side.
Kind of where 13 or, well, 11 and 14, right in that area, you thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking that's
Or
pretty
maybe-
much where they were before. You know,
Or maybe
the
further up,
area,
17,
the area
20.
on this side of the sidewalk is very flat. Very flat, so to put a table there would be no problem.
Yeah.
So we actually probably could station both of them side by side there, actually, if you think about it. Remember, it's a nice flat area there and it's shaded to the left of the sidewalk going
Where are we
down
right now?
this path here. So I would say, so that would be, if you're looking at the map, it would be south of the blue
Okay,
square, the police,
okay,
okay?
yeah.
So we could have fire and the Republican women there.
Right.
I mean, police, I'm sorry, and Republican women there and the travel agency there. And then Kona Ice, I would say, see this patch between 8 and 9?
Uh-huh.
I would say put it across from that. What do you think?
It being.
Because the Kona Ice, put it across from it. Because for the simple fact is there's not gonna be cars right there on the one side. You see what I'm saying? So if we put them across from it, that should still leave the road open too.
Yeah.
It'd
My only
be
thought.
kind of tight.
You think it'd be
Okay.
too tight?
It'd be a little tight, yeah, you're not,
Okay,
we're
okay.
not having to move Kona Heights out of the way if you needed to get a vehicle through.
Okay, so why don't we put Kona down here by the fire truck? Can we do that, or is that,
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Okay.
But if you want to get them up closer, I mean, you
well,
can manipulate the map a little bit where, like you said, you're expecting to be 25, and you want to fill this area first.
right,
I can move stuff around and get them in there closer.
okay.
I don't think we want to, I mean, if we have 20,
He
I
can't
mean,
get
they're all
on the
gonna be, we don't want to
lawn
put
over to
the
the
vendor
circle,
all
can
the way
he?
down here where no one's going to walk.
I'm just wondering, can he get on the lawn and over to the circle, the concrete circle?
How big is the Kona Ice?
It's a little,
It-
It's a little van.
It's a
Yeah,
van.
it's a little van, it's not a really.
Is it something we could put right in the middle of this turnaround? That way,
Yeah.
everybody in the turnaround.
I like that idea, yeah, because down here, no one may even walk down there.
Yeah, that's a great
That's the
idea.
problem we had last
It-
time, at the end market. I don't know if it's too big or.
no, it's
Mhm.
slightly bigger than a regular van, but it's a step van, like the FedEx
So-
truck,
Should be able to fit
the-
in.
like the FedEx truck kind of thing, that size,
Mhm.
yeah. So,
Well,
yeah, no, I think
What do you
that's a
think,
good
Kyle?
idea.
Will that fit?
That'll fit in there. I just want to also bring up, you got that area, remember where we had the food last time on that shell area?
Yeah,
We have that too, remember where he set up?
Oh, okay, so you don't have a car in there? There's a gap?
Well, I can move it, but we have space in between the communications building and this building, in that shell area. too.
Well,
I
then,
don't
you know what, here's something, then why don't we move that truck in that shell area for Kona Ice? And then why not put some of the tables down the center, like you were saying with the Kona? Put the vehicle, put a couple tables down the center of our people that have, and that would put them down in the heart of things.
right.
Although they'll be right in the sun unless they have like a canopy or something.
Well.
Right, well, I know Hollis has a canopy, let's see, who else is coming, let me think. Well, we know she has a canopy. You want to put, you
Sure.
can put her down there in the center. Let's put Hollis in the center, and if I find out any of them, other ones have canopies, we'll throw them down there.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Hollis here in the center. We have the travel agency here, then the Republican women here. 1, 2, 3. Kona Ice is there, that's 4. And then we just put the other ones across from like 9, 10, 11, somewhere around that area, you know, with their tables.
Mhm. On the other side.
Yeah. Now the wheel guy, I need to find out exactly how much space he will need, but I think we're good because, and we want him at the far end because people always, that are guys who own cars, will go down and look at his wheels. So it'll attract, you know what I'm saying? I would think having him at the end, towards the lower numbers, you know, would be fine. I think, you know, having him at that end. So, and here's the other thing, you know, Councilman Gaddis is going to supply the music. Okay, so I already talked to the city manager. I have the approval for this. So we're going to do it like we did last time. We're going to lock the gate on this end at the tennis court. Okay. He's going to put his gear at that end of the tennis court, and Dr. Serafian is going to lend him a canopy to put over it, and I guess you're supplying a table for him. He thinks he has a long enough extension cord, but we might have to have Plan B. You still have that one, right? You have, or the city has?
Yeah.
Okay, so he just needs to run over to that power source
From the tennis court.
from the tennis court,
Yeah.
right? And so then this way we only have one gate to worry about keeping an eye on with people going in and out, and near his, there should be no one in there other than Gaddis. That's it, going inside that tennis area. So if we zip tie the other gate, we should be golden. So anyhow, so that was the plan, and the city manager is good with that. I already spoke to him about that. That's squared away. So can anybody? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So he'd be set up where? Right
He'd be
the
set on
corner
the
of
tennis court, right here on the corner of the tennis court, which would put him down
Yeah.
in the heart of this, where all the
Yep,
music is.
yep.
But yet it secures his equipment so no one can knock
True.
anything over. Kids, if should any kids come, you know, they won't run into it by accident
Yeah.
or whatever. So yeah, so that secures his stuff too, and then I don't have to worry about it too in the future. If we need to borrow it, you know, we can. So.
Now I had contacted the toy store. Did they ever contact you back?
Oh, so the toy store is one of the other people. He is actually not going to set up a table, but he is going to sponsor.
Oh.
He doesn't want to bring any cars either, but he is going to sponsor. And he actually has a couple cars he's bringing, the friends of his are bringing.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What did we decide the time was on this again? When would check-in start and all that kind of
Right.
stuff?
Here, I'll give you flyers. Did everybody get a flyer?
Not the revised
no.
one.
This is
Those
revised.
are the revised.
Oh, yeah, this is good.
I'm sorry. Well, here, just take two.
Okay.
I have one more too,
Yeah.
thank you.
So check-ins at 12:30.
Check-in's at 12.
You bet.
So they
you
put
bet.
the place where it's gonna be held, remember that was a question that, I had
I
someone ask
sent,
me.
it's right here on the bottom.
Okay,
It's right here on the bottom. And then when I'm advertising it on Facebook and stuff, I have that it's at the park adjacent to it.
So I'll be checking people in at 12:30,
Right.
but I'm just checking them off a list. Someone else is going to bring them to their...
Lisa and I are gonna
Yeah.
help with the park, so we'll probably be down there when they check in, and then
Right.
we'll take them probably, and if we have
Okay.
a bunch arriving, you take one, you know. we'll
And
get
then,
'em.
you know, if you
We'll
need
walk
to,
up with
Gene
them
will
and
be
get
there,
'em.
I'll be there, Burke
Yeah.
will be there, so, you know.
like
I'm just
last
trying to get
time,
the logistics.
Yeah.
and last
Right.
time I remember there were a couple vendors that came and they didn't know where to go, and so we wanna make sure
Yeah.
that, like,
Those
maybe
will
we
be
have.
pre-marked, yes.
Okay, it'll be
We'll have
clearly
a little map.
designated?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll have them on, Kyle will be good about that, I'm
Uh-huh.
sure. And we'll have it, like he did before, and we'll have it on here already.
Okay.
Where their designated areas are. Again, we're just gonna fluctuate a little bit. I need to find out from the wheel guy how much space. I just heard from him today, so I need to find out. We were at the mayor's council meeting, so I didn't have time. So I just need to find out what kind of space he needs and so forth. If he's, you know, if it's just a normal table space or what he's bringing in, I have no idea. But we finally got somebody's doing some car things. So I would love to find, and this is why I was saying, I was hoping to have one more car thing. So I'm still working on trying to have, I mean, it was nice that the Corvette store is going to sponsor. That's wonderful of them to do. But I was looking for somebody to be here with something, some kind of gadgets or something. You know, the guys like that stuff at the car show. So I'm still actively working on that, trying to get somebody else here with something, you know. So,
I have one more question as far as Rick and I helping the cars park. Will each parking spot be designated? Like, will it be lined off so we know?
yeah.
It will be.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that they're-
Yeah, and
Those are
whoever
just
we
numbers
have
I
their
would
apps
say.
from first, I'm gonna say, let's try, other than the mayors and the councilmen, I'm gonna say that let's try to do them in as we receive them. So, you know, you get the prime spot for being the first one, you get, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we do
Right.
wanna remember how we did with council members and things like that before with the other stuff, just for safety reasons. We'll break up Councilman Marv in one area, and then we'll have the mayor in another area. So, you know, that way we have somebody with the city, you know, throughout the, you know,
It's
parking.
called sunshine. We can't talk to one another.
Oh, well, I'm not worried about that. No, it's a safety factor. So if you guys, I know that if there's a problem, they're gonna report it. They see something, they say something, you know.
So can they have a designated spot so that we don't inadvertently park them in a different, you know, park someone else in their spot?
You
Like
mean
you want
people?
you want like the mayor and Marv to be in their separate spots.
Well, here's the thing, what I'm saying, we only get, well, they'll be pre-designed, you will have you'll know their spots.
Okay.
With this map,
Okay.
it'll have it on there.
Okay.
So when
After the
you're given
16th, once
this,
the registration is complete.
right, and actually, I'm gonna ask Kyle and Patty to send this, we can send out, so you guys will have it in hand, but
Yeah.
we'll have hard copies here that day for you all, you know, because I don't expect you to spend all this in ink.
Now, one other question is logistically, do you want the people to back in to the parking spot or just go forward? Like, what's the
Okay,
best
so
thing?
coming in, we're gonna have more time and no children. So
Right.
anytime you do that, you want them backing in, so that way
Back
they're
in.
pulling out, because
Okay.
there could be children at the end of the event.
Right.
So yes,
Okay.
safety factor. And the same way with Kona Ice, I'm gonna have them back in.
Okay.
Not unless, I think the way their door runs, it's that way.
What, they didn't bring the full truck last time, they just brought a smaller unit?
They brought a truck.
I wrote the whole,
They brought a
That kind
truck.
of passenger bus looking thing?
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like a,
yeah, it's
kinda
not
like
the
a food truck.
huge thing, yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. So we definitely want everybody backing in, so that way, so, you know, no one's preoccupied, nothing at the time, you know, we're all focused right on that, so. We'll just have a small table somewhere to display the trophies. I'm thinking, on that grassy area outside the tennis court, what do you think? Right up against the tennis court, but that grassy area there, so you know where the curb is? See,
Kind of like,
right
where
here,
the open door is gonna be. Where,
right here, but not by the door, but right here. That way they're kind of on display,
Yeah.
somewhere I'm thinking over there.
Okay.
What about
Well-
over there between 26 and 27 where the pad is? Is it-
There or between 20 and 24, right there, where everybody is walking around.
Mhm.
Well, if we go up 26 and 27, we do it right. Um,
I'm trying to get it where people have to walk.
Right.
Yeah, and that space there right to the north side of 21
So you're talking about
is
that-
right in the middle on the grass there.
Right.
Mhm.
I see that. Yeah, that's a good spot too.
You know, that's right in the center of everything going on, it seems to me.
yeah, it's not near the playground equipment, so I
Mm-mm.
think we should be good.
That's where
And
we
then
did
what
the.
we'll do is make sure that either the councilman's there or the mayor's there. That way, kind of, because he'll I don't know about you, but he never leaves his car when he's doing car shows. So
No, I don't think most people do.
he doesn't leave his car at all for anything throughout the whole thing. So that way we can have somebody near it, you know, keeping an eye on them. So we don't need just a 6-foot table, I would think, for those, you know.
Yeah, or even a card table.
Yeah.
We only
Card
have
tables
4
are too
trophies.
shaky though.
Okay.
They're too shaky, otherwise I would say yes. Because that's truly all we need is
Yeah.
the car table
Yeah.
size, but yeah.
Yeah, some of the guys with a real expensive car or real expensive paint job, they'll do stanchions with
Yeah.
kind of rope around them. I mean, if they're real particular, like
Yeah.
my car, it's not necessary.
Okay. All right. So that's basically what I have. I'm open for anything else. Anybody have anything else they want to add?
Sounds great.
Cover? We're good?
Yes.
Okay. I'm opening it up. Anybody in the
Bill,
audience here?
got any ideas, Bill?
No, thank you.
You're good? You're good?
Where will, how will we get the check-in list?
Okay, so I'm going to compile a check-in
Right,
list,
right.
okay? Or I will, I have to be careful, I always have to make sure, I always have to verify everything with the city. Either I'm gonna compile the list or the city's gonna compile the list, but I'll make sure that you get a copy of the list. Actually, everybody's gonna get a copy of the same list. Okay, so when you get there, you're gonna get a packet. I'm gonna have a packet made for you of this, the list, okay, and any other pertinent information, okay?
Okay.
Okay?
We'll do the trash cans, kind of like we did that for the festival.
That'd be great, and we'll put them back like we did before.
Okay.
And then you'll have it barricaded off, right?
Down, yeah.
Okay.
at the end of the
And
street.
then what I do is, I'm gonna do the same thing I did for the festival. I'm gonna send out the same email telling people how to, anybody who's participating in it, how to come down through 9th Street. I'm also gonna tell them to be respectful like I did before.
Yeah,
Okay? And they're the only ones to be coming down 9th Street. All other parking will be here, and then some, I would think if we had to, we'll flow into the streets. We're not gonna, I don't think we're gonna flow into the streets, but yeah.
Where do you want us to park? You want us to park
Okay.
back here? or-
I'm asking that I'm gonna see if we wouldn't be able to park our vehicles on, what is this, Cedar?
Cedar?
Cedar. Either Cedar or we park right here on 9th, okay, our vehicles. And then that way it also keeps, because we know we're not gonna pull in somebody's grass.
Right.
So
So you have to get permission from,
the city,
yeah.
well, to park there, they're not gonna ticket that day anyhow, but I'll make sure that it's all covered
Okay.
with the city manager, yeah.
Where can I park?
Okay,
Here like last
so,
time?
well, I don't know if you wanna park there, or since you're working this area, did you wanna park your car like
Right
right
there,
here?
yeah.
And then you'll have your car close in case you need it? You can come down 9th? Cause you'll have this is all concrete to, is it a rear mount for the wheelchair?
No, it's just I have to take it out of the trunk.
Okay, so you'll have this
Do I
whole
have to get
driveway
back?
is all yours. This is gonna be blocked off. This whole driveway is yours,
So
so
after every,
you can have your car with you. I'll let you have your car right here. That way if you need it, okay?
and then people are coming in, I check them in, right?
Yeah,
So I've got to be off to the side to let them.
yeah,
Mhm.
correct.
Okay. And
Okay.
once we get everyone through, then I can,
You can move your car if you'd like.
or
Yeah.
You know, you can have
I
your
can
wife,
go down and
push your
down.
wife down to me and I'll have her stay with me like we did before, remember?
Mhm.
And then if you need to, you can move over in here. Or not, oh, sorry, not unless you want to pull into here, but it's up to you. I mean, wasn't it hard for you to navigate that chair before through here?
No.
No? Would you rather pull in here? Because you
As
have
long
the
as I have a
handicap.
smooth surface to push it
Yeah,
on. If I
right.
have to get off
Okay, well
into
then
the
I would
next
say you should go ahead and pull in here then. Just go ahead and pull in there.
one. Okay.
Yeah, okay. All right, remember sunscreen? You know, Path to Waters will be here, so there'll be water. They're handing out free water, so we don't have to worry about that, so we'll be hydrated.
Who's doing the water? I'm sorry.
Path to Waters,
Pat? Yeah.
yeah. So, you know, it's always nice to have them here because then we always have free water there. It's always, you know, I mean, she's selling a product, but yeah,
Yeah.
they always have free
They
water.
make it pretty easy though. You're not every time you're there trying to sell you either, so.
Oh, yeah, no, they're very laid back, so.
What's it called? Path?
Path, and then the
P-A-
number 2, and
Path
then
to-
Waters, W-A-T-E-R-S.
Path to Waters, okay, got
Yep,
it.
Path to Waters,
Mhm.
yes. Yep. Okay, so, are there any other questions?
One more.
Okay,
How will people know that the check-in point is here?
I'm gonna have it in my
You're
list.
gonna have a sign there that says check-in or something?
Well, we
Well, the
could
table.
have a sign.
We'd have a table and two
You have
chairs
a table and two chairs there, so they're gonna know, and the
Check.
barricades are there, so
Okay.
they're gonna
Yeah.
know, you gotta, but the other thing too is, like I said, everybody who's participating in this will get that email from me, like I did before,
Mhm.
giving them
last time
explicit
checking
instructions, the
was
like-
do's, the don'ts. I'm gonna add a little bit to it this time, because sometimes cars like to be, when you do a car show, they kind of like a little bit of a lead foot, leaving them, so we're gonna make sure that doesn't happen.
If indeed we don't have 30, but we have like 22 or something like that, would we
Well-
just move the check-in down here somewhere?
Yeah, because, that's what we'll do, we'll just
Mhm.
move it up.
What about Largo Med, their table, right, with the goodie bags?
Okay,
Are you
so
with
so
them?
here's the deal. Largo Med said that they are actually part of the group that has to go handle this coronavirus.
Mhm.
So they no longer can have a table set up, but they are absolutely giving us all the goodie bags with no problem whatsoever, but they will not be able to, because the people that did the tables before were EMTs. And
Oh, yeah.
they're being tied up. Yeah, they have them on call. They cannot do anything else. That word came down. I got that word yesterday afternoon. So
Okay.
So the goodie bags are gonna be car-related things like little
Oh, yeah,
chamois
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah,
little
yeah.
thing of Armor
Yeah,
All and things
yeah,
like that.
yeah, that
Okay.
kind of stuff,
Okay,
yeah.
that's good.
yeah, and I
But they're gonna
actually
shop and
asked
do
her to
all
throw
that?
in some antibiotic
Some hand sanitizer.
hand sanitizer.
If you can
Sorry,
find
hand
it.
sanitizer.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I
I
asked her to
see.
throw some of that in there as well. And then we have some chamois, didn't we, too? And-
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
good.
chamois, Armor All, the glass cleaner, and some
Yeah,
Yeah.
different cleaners.
little things like that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Something
They do
else,
that.
so.
Yeah, so we can kind of throw in there as a hodgepodge that we exchange some of the stuff we have from the kids' Christmas thing at the dollar store for some of those things. Like,
Oh,
yeah, so it was kind of my idea. I thought we'd,
good.
instead of that stuff sitting dormant all year and then maybe not being any good come next year, yes.
Just a question. Just thought about this recently, and I wish I would have thought about it to tell you. What about Sunshine Car Wash? Do you think they would want to participate? At least put a table up and maybe sell packages for how many car washes they do?
Where are they at?
They're on, oh my gosh, Missouri and, not Court Street.
Missouri and Court Street?
Missouri,
It's that feeder going, it's a 60 West feeder.
The place is always
The 60
busy, you
West
can't
Feeder,
even
yeah.
get in there. It's so busy, that place,
They're
every time.
busy all the time, and a
Yes.
lot of people from here use.
Oh, it's right by the tire place, right by Tire Plus? And then
Well, it's right
It's-
next to the training area for, what the heck is it?
You know St.
Where you
Cecilia's
go in there
School?
for, the seniors go to learn how to drive better.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes, it's right there, it's, and Tires
I've
Plus
been
is
there a
on the
few
other
times.
side.
Radiology.
Yeah, it's right by Tires Plus,
Right.
right, yeah, okay, all right, I'll give them a call. I'll give them a call, there's a.
Just a thought, just a thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I know there's
Thank you.
4 of us on Louisa that use that
Right,
facility over there for car washes. so.
okay. And is that a touchless by any chance?
Pardon me?
Is that a touchless?
Yes.
Oh, it is a touchless.
And they wipe the car down, they clean the windows.
Oh, I have a
It's
convertible,
privately
I can
owned,
only
right?
use car.
Pardon?
Is it private,
Touchless.
privately owned, it's not a.
I believe it is.
yeah.
Privately owned. They charge enough, but they do
They
it
detail
decent.
too, don't they?
They detail, exactly.
Huh. Oh, that's
So
good.
they might,
Good heads up, yeah.
might be something.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so is there anything else or any other questions? I'm gonna work out the last bit of the details for the layout with Kyle prior to the event.
After the 16th, when all the registrations are.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
So this is just a tentative layout for the time being.
Okay.
Councilman Gaddis is all good, everything's set. I, already had that conversation with him, it's from the music and everything. So, any other questions? If not, we're gonna move on. Okay, so the consideration of the Bayside Park. So I have been having conversations with Largo Medical about maybe sponsoring part of that grant. Doing our part of the matching of the grant. She has passed the paperwork up the channel. She thinks it looks favorable, so let's see where it goes. You know, again, the coronavirus is throwing a little wrench into everything, so you know, people get mass panics. You know that, working in the medical field. So we'll just see. That's what it was about. I was hoping to have a little bit better news. That's what we had to put it as consideration. But since this is going on, it's going to have to be a little bit pushed back a little
Right.
bit. So, okay. All other business. Any other business that we need to discuss? I think upcoming regular meetings would be good. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Just, I'm sorry I'm interrupting.
No, you're good.
You mentioned one thing to me, and this was, I don't know how far that's going along, but would you want to say anything about the end of 9th Street?
Well, we could. I haven't spoke to the city manager, so this is a rough layout. Councilman and I have been working on some things with this grant that came forward. Let's see if I can. We come up with this kind of a solution I think would help with everything. So here's what I'm proposing. I'm proposing, you know, the walkway that goes by the tennis court that goes down into Bayside Park. I've spoke to the city manager about this, and I've actually spoke to almost all the council members about this. Making that a driveway going into Bayside Park from this property. By doing that, we would be able to shut down 9th Street. So that would cut down on the traffic flow and the problems that we've been experiencing with the residents there about getting vehicles through. What it would be is there would always be a walk-through gate for the residents with the other part of the driveway closed off with a roller gate. So that way if we need to access it, we can, otherwise it would be locked down. And Councilman Beam and I have been speaking about it. I spoke to the other council members. They like the idea. So I think that might help a lot when we deal with trying to being able to do events and stuff here, because we're going to be cutting down. You know, people are going to get the word that this is not even an entrance to this park anymore. Okay, so I think
Could you
Illustrate it on the
right.
map?
So here is the entrance where you're going to be entering. Okay, so that would actually be shut down. Okay.
Yeah, well, where would
And
the-
here's a driveway right here. This would be your driveway. You would take 2 spots. If you look on your map, you take 2. We would lose about 2 spots right here in the parking lot, and it would take us right through here
Perfect.
and into Bayside Park.
What happens to people that park here to bring their kids to the park and stuff?
Well, they would come through City Hall parking lot.
So they park in this parking lot?
Yes, they park in
This
this
would all,
parking
this
lot.
would be totally shut off.
This would be totally shut off, except for maybe when we're having events
Yeah,
or, right.
Oh, so no more parking here we wouldn't.
Yeah,
park
because
with
people
our car?
park here, I mean, and they
Yeah.
bring kayaks over here too.
Yeah.
Right, so they would come through City Hall.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you can still park here, you just have to, the only way access in and out would be through this
Right.
new cut.
Right.
walkway there?
Right.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Then here's, I'm gonna pass this around. This is just a plan. It's not been approved, it's not been, this is just stuff that we wanted to throw out at you all. This shows the driveway, right here, you'll see, here's the driveway, okay? Then also 9th Street has a major problem with flooding, okay? So the other thing we worked out is putting a separate drain line here and the valve be here, that sunny day valve be put here. And should it be put here, that should take a lot of that water that's coming through, okay, that we're having problems with, that is affecting these cul-de-sacs and affecting 9th Street. So this is another plan that we worked on, shifting the handicap spots to over in this area, because we would be, okay, and the reason being is these are a little bit bigger, so That was the other thing. Yes, it would require to remove some trees, but,
Yeah.
if it becomes a big issue, we can always add trees at some of our smaller parks. We're not physically using them right now and to compensate. So those trees are added. They were never original. Somebody just decided to add all those trees we have out there. So I'm going to pass this around. And we're also going to put a sign that says dead end at the end of 9th.
Mm-hmm.
So people come down, it's a dead end street.
Yeah.
So it stops all that problem. So
Mhm.
anyhow, so there's the plan. I want you all to take a look
Yeah.
at it.
We all have a copy of this.
We can make a copy
No,
of
we
it.
have copies of it.
Right, keep this one, this
We were given this. This was,
No,
this is the work that the previous board did, right? That
no,
was
no,
Submitted before it was, the grant was.
no, we just did this. This is stuff we're gonna change, we're gonna add to it.
Okay.
This would enhance the original grant plan. That's what this would do. And eliminate some of the conflict, the controversy that we're having with the community. So, maybe I can get Kyle to make a
Yeah.
plan, make a copy.
Why don't you just pass it around, let us look at it?
Yeah, I'll let you look
When it
at
gets
it.
a little further along.
When
Yeah.
we get a little further along, I have to meet with the city manager and work out the details on it, but, we had a 3-hour meeting the other day and we worked this out, so.
So the citizens on 9th Street must be very excited about this proposal.
They don't know about it yet, that's what I'm saying. This is, our board is looking at it, and you all are gonna tell me if you think it's a good idea, and if it's a good idea, then we're gonna take it
This will all stay
forward.
the same.
And the councilman and I are gonna sit down with the city manager and so forth, and then head right into the city council, so this is
There's sufficient room for a drive-through there?
absolutely.
You could re-engineer
Looks kinda
that
tight.
to work, and you'd have this capacity, this capacity,
It's one, would it be one way?
this, and this.
Probably be just enough to have two.
Just for two, just enough for
Be
two, but
tight.
how much traffic do we really
Plus
get
ninth,
Yeah, right.
at one time?
Yeah.
8th and 9th, so.
So,
you have all
Yeah.
that
and during an
capacity,
event,
plus the
we would
capacity.
still open up 9th Street just for whoever's participating in the event, shut it down, and then,
She brought up the idea.
Yeah.
this little road here would be
It's phenomenal.
blocked off as well, so.
I'm saying, wait, we gotta do
Yeah.
something here.
This is the kind of stuff I used to do for the county, it's the planning and zoning, this is what I did. Um,
I think
So I think it's totally doable, and I think it will work. I'm actually working with a grant writing company right now, and they also think that they can handle that Corps of Engineers. They think that they can,
They could do it,
they think it
because
can
that
do
would
it.
solve 7th, 8th, and 9th flooding.
Right.
On the ends,
Right,
and it would take care of Cedar Spruce and the First Street.
Right.
Because all that drains back to by the tennis court and behind the tennis court, and sometimes that gets filled to capacity. So you'd add all that other volume going to the waterfront.
And all of it would drain into the
Cedar
water
spruce
here, that's
are on
an
that.
awesome idea.
Palm is on a county drain. It's in the
so,
bottom.
so that would serve one valve,
Even so, in case-
one valve for
Because that
all
was
those
very-
streets, where we've been going street by street adding valves. This one valve would take care of line
Would you figure
and all these.
something?
I think all the residents would be thrilled.
It's
about
gonna
it.
be a
That's an
big
awesome
money
idea.
savings. Yeah, big money
This is
savings, so.
over
Well, cool. So if you all are good with it, we'll just move it forward and just approach the city manager and so forth and see.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Help
Do
us
we need a
here.
motion for that?
I don't think
To
so.
pursue, to go ahead and move that forward, for you
You
to take
could do that, yes, we could do a motion. That would be great, because it says consideration, yes, we have it on there, so
So,
I need somebody to make that now.
I would make, let's see, motion to, I make a motion to move forward the proposal to build a path or build a road or extend the roadway through, how do we say, from
I'll tell you what, why
the
don't we-
parking lot to the Bayfront Park.
Why don't we call this, why don't we label this, that would make it easier.
Okay.
Okay, so how about the Bayside Grant Extension Plan? Does that sound good?
Why not Don't use the word
to-
grant because that's assumed it's
Okay,
granted.
so how about the
Proposal.
Bayside,
Proposal.
okay, proposal? Well, no, 'cause
Well, Bayside Park, not addendum, what's the word I'm looking for, Bayside Park?
We're talking about access.
Addition,
Access,
Yeah.
revised,
revision,
to
revision,
approve the Bayside
revision,
Park,
parking.
revision
traffic
plan.
flow,
Okay,
traffic flow
plan.
revision,
Plan.
traffic flow.
It also would help when you have an event like a wedding.
Uh-huh.
Because I've seen a lot
I'll
of
bet.
weddings here where the city parking lot is totally jammed.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
not room.
yep,
So by adding that driveway through, yeah, you'd lose 2 spots, but then you're gonna gain everything in.
yeah, yeah, so that would
So
really
for a
help.
wedding, that's a win-win situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where, so now I need the motion to say those exact
Motion,
words.
so I make a motion to approve the Bayside Park traffic flow proposal.
This would be separate.
Need a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Okay.
Aye.
Opposed? It's passed.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Now
What was the
we-
title again?
A Bayside Park traffic flow proposal.
That would be,
Okay,
so just to clarify, that would be separate from the existing grant.
right, right,
And
right.
this is
So
something
this would not
totally
affect
different.
the existing grant whatsoever. This would be in addition to it.
Okay.
This is so, that way we're not touching the grant money, we're not touching the grant plan. This would be an enhancement to that plan, is basically what this would be.
And then
Separate.
With the plus
you're
of,
seeking like separate funding too.
right, right, we would have to get separate funding for it, but,
Would this come from the Park and Rec funding or from the city funding?
well, okay, so when we're talking about the flooding issues, the flood stuff would have to come from the city fund. The park thing, we'll have to see, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
let's just see where it
Because we
falls.
probably
But
can't take it out of that
if-
grant because that was not a part of the
No,
original
it cannot
grant.
come out of the grant.
So
That
it
is
would
definitely
be an
not, we
additional
can't.
cost, but probably not much in the
Right,
overall.
right.
Considering the savings with the flooding on the streets.
Oh, yeah,
It'd be
yeah,
a lot
exactly.
cheaper.
And,
So
and,
it'd be included in the capital plan is what would happen.
yeah,
It
and
would be
here's the other thing too, I
modification.
wanted to point out is, right now, if you need sandbags, you have to come down a
Mhm.
flooded street
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
get your sandbags.
yeah,
With this revision, you're gonna come through this parking
Yeah.
lot
yeah.
to get to those sandbags.
It
So
would
just,
actually help the community over, you know,
Mhm.
not 8th and 9th to keep. They've been complaining for years about all the traffic.
I'll bet.
You know, and this goes back 20 years.
well, and the
yeah.
other thing too is anytime
Vagrants
we
that were
can
coming
cut
down to the
down
park. just to eliminate-
day-to-day traffic off of streets, it
Or even when you just go to
increases.
get sandbags and you have all the residents, or a lot of the residents going up and down that street, so,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, so it helps with the safety factor, you know, the day-to-day thing, so. And our events are, you see them, they're sporadic, so. That's the other thing I wanna go to.
Okay.
Everything that we submitted was approved by the council, other than, because he didn't have the holiday show, so I have to go back and the holiday event and get that approved. I don't think there's gonna be a problem for that. We have that as December 6th, we're still golden with that?
Yep,
Okay, December 6th, the fashion show was approved. You know, but we have to give them a date, and then so that part has to be approved, but it looks like that would be February 7th.
mm-hmm,
So, I think it's CC and Company, what is it? Cassie and Company, so probably be the one that we would probably use for the fashion show. I've
It'll
worked
be a
with them in the
tea party.
past with another organization to do a fashion show, so.
Tea party too, to sit.
Yeah. And this is what I envisioned, a more of an upper class kind of thing for the city, because this is Bella Beach. So these are the kinds of things I was hoping for. The other thing I want to talk about is just throwing this out there. I want you guys to kind of mull this over and think about this. Maybe a Monte Carlo night, black tie event, okay? And so I just want you to kind of think about that and think just,
Not this year, you're talking about down the road.
well, down the road. Yeah, no, not
Like
right now.
check,
I
you
don't know how far down the road, but
Like a
I'm
year
just
from
saying, I
now or
just want you
something.
guys to start thinking about it.
Yeah.
So that way you kind of think about all the things that it entails doing with it. Maybe come back with some ideas.
Okay.
You know, it hasn't, obviously, because we haven't put any kinds of plans in place, I haven't brought it to the council, but this would be a big fundraiser. And if it's a black tie, it's gonna be,
I have a friend who just did that recently, as a fundraiser for her child's ballet
Mhm.
company. And they just did it, so she knows all about it because they just did it.
Oh.
So if went down the road, I can always pick
Because
it.
the private schools do it every year.
yeah, they
So,
do.
and usually we have a silent auction and
Yeah.
there's
yeah.
other things that,
And I did it with the Moose Lodge years ago.
Yeah. but it is a lot of work.
Yeah,
You gotta
they,
get
they
people
they were
like
looking
you
for
to do the Moose
volunteers. It was going for cancer research, so I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, okay, I'll volunteer. Yeah.
Yeah, just to go back a little bit to the ladies' thing that you're gonna have. My mother-in-law was involved in that when she was still alive, and the women had a lot of fun with it.
Wow.
I mean, they had, she was 80 at the time,
Right.
Mhm.
and she put on some clothes that the company had, and they had a ball with it, you know, a little wine and
very
cheese and they had a lot of
Uh-huh,
fun.
yeah.
So,
That's neat.
good afternoon.
Yeah.
Where was that held, Mark? Because this building
City
wasn't
Hall.
built.
In the old city hall.
In the old, okay.
Yeah.
Which sat right where this one is, I'm assuming? 'cause that was
Well,
bef- Yeah.
If it's for charity, you want to try to get some famous people to model. Because that also drives the participation. You know, they want to see somebody in a
Right.
fancy dress.
Right.
You know, she can't wear that. She has red hair. There's just no way.
Right.
So we'll come see if she can pull off that dress. I mean, it's that bad.
Yeah, yeah. I've been in a few of them, so I know. Okay, so is there anything else? No? Okay, so let's pick a date for our next board meeting. Can you do that? Okay, keeping in mind that we talked about this before, and I just want to try to keep mindful all the time. You know, trying to stay as close as I can to the hours that the employees are already here. But I really do want to stay away from Fridays,
Yeah.
okay? Because, I mean, the city employees do try to go home early on Fridays, so. So I'm thinking, April, Passover, let's see, Good Friday, I'm not doing that.
This would be our official monthly meeting.
This would be our official monthly meeting, so I'm thinking, April 14th?
I can't do Tuesdays, but I can do any other day of the week.
Okay, okay,
Day before tax day.
Mm-hmm.
okay. Do you know if April, we don't have a work session April 13th, do we?
I don't think they made an April one yet. There's one at the end of this month.
It's usually at the third week.
Okay, so we should be good. How about April 13th? Is everybody good with April 13th
Mhm.
at 4:30? Okay, let's just put that as tentative. Let me get with the city manager. If it is not good, I will let you know, but I will have the city clerk let you all know if that's a go, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm at 4:30 here, okay?
Got it.
I just, you know, I have to make sure I always check their schedule when we set those things. Okay, if there's no other business, I'm gonna call the meeting to close. I need a motion.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I second.
George, you
All in favor?
Bye.
And